So the window function will return the 4 quarters right prior to the current row we are looking at. And once this is done, it's going to be stored in this variable called W. So W is basically a table consisting of 4 rows. The 4 rows are basically the 4 quarters prior to the current row we're looking at. All right. The next step in this definition is we're going to work on this table of 4 rows. We're going to use the SUMX function to process this table. Okay. The SUMX function works like the following. It's going to scan this table. The first argument is the table that the SUMX function is going to scan. It's going to scan this table row by row. For each row, the function is going to take the value of this EPS data field. Okay. Finally, after scanning all the 4 rows, the function is going to sum up this EPS it has scanned across the 4 rows. All right. So recall, I guess this Excel file will still help. Okay. Recall, if the current row is this row, the green row, all right, then the window function is going to retrieve those 4 rows in purple. All right. Then the SUMX function is going to scan this table, this kind of purple table, which consists of 4 rows. Okay. And it's going to scan this table row by row. For the first row scanned, the SUMX function is going to store or record this value of EPS, which is the EPS for the first quarter of year 21. Okay. Then the SUMX function is going to scan the second row in this table, and again record the EPS for the second quarter of 21. So it's going to keep scanning this table until it reaches the last row, and it's going to record EPS for the fourth quarter of 21. So after recording the 4 EPS values for the 4 rows, the last step the SUMX function is going to do is going to sum up those 4 values together. All right. Then we are basically going to sum up the 4 quarters EPS prior to the current quarter. So that means we're going to get the total EPS in the prior 4 quarters, basically the EPS of last year. That's why we named this column EPS last year, just to capture the total EPS in the last 4 quarters. So after doing this summation and getting the EPS of the last 4 quarters summed together, we're going to return this value. Okay, we're going to return the value of this variable E. So the return clause, return is basically returning the final results we have calculated so far. Okay, so this concludes this definition of this calculated column called EPS last year.